Hello everyone, welcome back to Tall Tales Custom Tackles. We're gonna do a quick little video. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna do some remelt. Just got some random colors in here. A little bit of green pumpkin. Got a little bit of just. This was like a mint brown with a little bit of added green to it. I mean, mostly just green colors. I just threw that in there. Let's see if you. I think there's like 4 different green pumpkin variations in there. Some of them has red flake, black flake. There's a little bit of purple flake. We're gonna go ahead and throw that in there while we talk. Let's see here. Try it for 4 minutes. Okay. I finally got some of my area cleaned up. It looks a lot better. You don't see all that mess that I had, so I pretty much got everything cleared up. I'll move this far. So I worked on it this morning anyway, so I got everything better organized up here. That's pretty much all the open pores. I got more open pore molds up there, like silicone and deposit. I shortened up the hose on this so they all in the way. I mean, the hose was so long it curled around, so I got all that moved. Anyway, the video today is gonna be showing you a couple of new molds I got in. Just a little 4-inch single tail grub. It's actually the one they call the Cali grub, made by Angle and AI. It seems to pour really well. I shot a few yesterday just to try the molds out, so they done really good. So I figured I'd do a quick little video today just to basically show the mold, do a little remelt, see how that turns out. I done a batch of purple smoke. Oh, get 'em. I done a little batch of purple smoke with it yesterday that is actually smoke, but with all the purple flake in it. I mean, you can see right there, but with all the purple flake, it gives it a real purple tint. So anyway, it actually shot really good. I was impressed. I was impressed with how well it shot, and I know I've showed that before, but that little tray holder works good. All that was originally was just like a rod holder. I just put some shelves on and it holds those trays perfect. Anyway, I'm gonna set this camera up so I can finish getting stuff ready. I just decided I was gonna do a video a few minutes ago, so I didn't have everything laid out and ready, so just gotta bear with me a minute. All right, we'll use those cooling plates. I've already got them cooled off. I can see they are very cold. They're sweating a little bit. I usually don't like them sweating, but it's all right. Just bear with me. I should have already had the stuff ready, but it was one of those spur of the moment things where I just decided, hey, I'm gonna make a quick little video and show you guys how it turns out. If you was thinking about, you know, checking this mold out. All right, bear with me 1 second. go check on that plastic. See, I should have had that ready. I had to go, because I don't leave the air, you know, on all times for my air clamp. Let's clean that lens off. I really don't. It probably wouldn't hurt to leave it on, but anytime I'm done with it, I shut it down. I mean, I don't know. It's just one of them personal preference things. Some people probably leave theirs on at all times. If you have one, let me know if you leave it on at all times. I mean, it might not hurt for that pressure to be through the hose, but you know, it don't hurt anything. Just step back there, turn it off. All right, we'll give that a couple more minutes. But anyway, so we're gonna see how long this stays clean like that. I mean, you know, the hose, it was just wrapped up all in here, and the hose was so long, because I actually had them hanging up here because it was so long. I actually cut them down to where they're only 13 inches. That way I can move it out the way, you know, while I'm working. It's fine. Just rerouted everything where it's more neatly, you know. I don't know. Imagine all the videos you've seen before, you're probably thinking, man, he's got a messy work area. But once you start using it, I mean, it's hard to keep it clean because you're just constantly using it. So I mean, it's just one of those things. It's hard to keep a work area clean, and I'm going to try to keep it somewhat clean, you know. Anyway, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to show you. I'm actually I'm still waiting on the same gentleman that made those H-crawl molds. I'm hoping he will eventually get around. I know he's backed up. Once he started making those molds and I started posting them online, everybody was wanting to know who made that mold. And I mean, he has got a lot of business here lately, so I understand he's backed up. But anyway, I got a few molds that I'm wanting him to do. I want him to make the junior version of it, you know, like the little 3.5 inch. You know, that 4 1/4 is perfect, but I want a smaller version, about 3.5 inches, and I think that would be great. I also getting him to check on maybe making me a speed worm, you know, because I'd like to have a good speed worm. All right, let's check this plastic, see how she looks. But you know, I've had a lot of people over the last several months, you know, contact me asking me if I had a speed worm or anything like that, and currently I don't, but I really do want to get one. So let's slap this in the vacuum chamber real quick, and I'll show you these remelts. You'll have a lot of air bubbles a lot of time in remelts, and if you don't have a vacuum chamber, what you can actually do is take, once you heat it up like that, you can let it sit for a little while. And I'll tell you, I like that I got this clear lid now. You can watch it a lot better, but that's a lot of air bubbles. It'll pretty much draw all them air bubbles out. But anyway, you can if you don't have a vacuum chamber, and once in a while I'll do it if I ain't got a lot of stuff going on, I won't even fire up the vacuum chamber. I'll actually heat it up. I'll set it over here to the side, you know, I'll heat it up, say 350, 360, somewhere in there, you know, a little bit warm, and I'll set it to the side, and those bubbles will gradually start working their way to the top. Then I'll stick it back in the microwave, heat it up again. I might even put it in front of this fan over here and actually just let it blow against it, and it'll actually stir up a little bit, and the bubbles will gradually start breaking up. Anyway, in a few minutes you can get most of your bubbles out. That is almost ready. I'm gonna let a little bit more come out, but anyway, if you haven't, got a vacuum chamber, if you run a lot of baits, it really saves a lot of time, because there's ways you can keep from having a lot of air bubbles. For example, you can have your plastic, shake it up, mix it up really well, then wait a while, wait hours before you cook it, now the bubbles will eventually, they'll actually come to the top, disappear. But if you stir it up really well and then gonna go pour it, you're gonna have a ton of air bubbles. All right, we're almost ready. Let me open this chamber up and we will be ready for the first run. I'm not gonna make this video too long. I see we're already over 11 minutes, so I'm gonna try to make it fairly quick. I ain't gonna run a bunch of different runs. I might run a couple of runs for you, or I might just do one run, just basically showing you how it looks. All right, let me stir this up, check the temperature. Oh yeah, we're still holding good. And that's another thing, let me see if you can. That's actually a really nice, it kind of gave it a pearl effect. But that's another thing, also, when you're making a lot of baits and stuff, and you say cook up a big cup, this cup right here, say 2.5, 3 cups worth, it will hold heat for a long period of time. I mean, you don't have to keep on warming it up, versus if you mix up a little batch in a, say you do a half cup to even a whole cup worth, but in a small cup, it really only stays at optimal temperature for a short period of time. It don't hold that long heat very long. It holds it, but you don't get that prime heat. This one right here, I could set it to the side, and still in a few minutes, when these are done, pour again without ever sticking it back in the microwave. I mean, it holds your heat really well. And these little grub molds, they don't take that much plastic, so you don't have to. On this one 6-ounce injector, I probably could fill that injector up and probably shoot about 8 of these molds. I mean, they don't take no plastic at all. Matter of fact, I weigh every single bait. That's how the way I calculate how much I'm going to charge for a bait is I break it down on how many cavities I have, how long it takes to make a certain amount, and also by weight. These weigh 0.17, so they're really lightweight. Even though they're 4-inch, they're really lightweight. So this goes in my cheap category. I can charge a lot less for these than I can a lot of my other baits. Alright, we're gonna give that a few seconds. Even though these cooling plates, they're cold and they are probably ready, we're gonna give it just a few more seconds. That'll give me enough time to clean the injector out. And I know you've seen this process probably 100 times already, especially by me. I have people all the time, they ask, I'll see them asking what you use. I use a 3-in-1 oil to lube my injectors, and I tell you, it works great. I have a whole bottle of the injector lubricant, the oil, and I mean, it works, but it's hard to beat. This stuff is not real expensive, and it works really well. I know some people say use worm oil. I haven't tried the worm oil. There's a few other things I've tried, but that, in my opinion, so far has worked the best. All right, let's go ahead and see how these look, and we will let's see if I can keep from making you dizzy. Let me angle you down. See if you can, let me get you in the light. But I like how this little mold pours. I mean, that's actually really nice. It's almost like a green pumpkin pearl almost. It's got a couple little, it's mostly black flake, but it's got a few little pieces of gold flake, a few pieces of red flake, purple flake. It's actually pretty nice looking. I've actually been really impressed with this mold since, and I've only had it since yesterday, but I shot yesterday when I first got it. I shot, I think I did a total of there we go. I think I did a total of 60 I think I did right at 60 baits yesterday. It didn't take too terrible long, but every one of them came out perfect. I mean, there was no, and you can see they're ready. I'll take a couple of them out real quick. But I mean, man, that looks good. Let's see if it shows up different under this other light. But yeah, that color actually came out really good. But anyway, I shot like 60 baits out of it, and every single one of them came out perfect. I mean, it's pretty good. Like I say, you're not gonna have, there's some molds you're not gonna get 100%, you know, perfect ratio out of them. I mean, I've got some that, you know, I've got a couple of molds out of, say, 100 baits, you'll get about 92 of them that's perfect. You know, the other ones might have a little bit of dent, and then I got some of them that is perfect every single time. It's just every mold, I've said it before, a lot of times every mold has their little sweet spots, and I mean, some of them it's hard to adjust on temperature wise. You'll have molds that shoot perfect at, you know, 300 degrees. You got some that shoots better at 340 degrees. It's all something you gotta figure out yourself. But anyway, I'm fixing to end this video. I know I get long-winded. I just mainly wanted to show you the new molds, show you how it shoots, what's it look like. It's a little interesting little grub. I think will do good in the river down the road from where I live. We have a lot of little shoal bass, and I mean, that's something that will definitely work good in that river. So I try not to buy molds that I personally will not use. So therefore, now I do have a couple that I have really been contemplating getting rid of, just because it's something that I really don't sell many of. And not only that, I personally will not, I mean, I got that Angling AI 6-inch open pour. I bought 4 of those molds at one time, and it's a great mold. It pours perfect. I mean, it makes a great looking bait, but it's something I don't sell too many of around here, and I honestly, that's not that size swim bait is not something I'll use around here. So trying to decide if I want to keep it or not. It ain't hurting anything sitting right there. But anyway, I appreciate you watching. As soon as I get some more molds in, we'll do another breakdown on some molds. I know I did say that I will be making a video one day soon. When I say soon, I don't know how long that'll be, where I actually show you each mold I have, show you what they look like, and we will shoot. It might be a 2-part, maybe even a 3-part video, because I know it takes a while to show that much material. But I'll try to break it down and show you exactly what, you know, each mold is and what they can make. Anyway, more to come. I appreciate you watching. Catch you next time.